Hello, my name is Brandon, and I've got another RPG Freebies. This is a pay-what-you-want adventure, once again, from Grimoire Games. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I'll have a link down in the description, of course. The Wyrmfire Mausoleum. This is actually very cool, once again. I love the way these look. A lot of good work has been put into this. So there's a resting place for Ignar Firelink. He was a ruthless Dragonborn general of the ages gone, was buried with his most devout followers at the slopes of a volcano. So some people might know about it if they have some sort of military history or something like that. With the passages of centuries, the Wyrmfire Mausoleum fell into disrepair and its exact location was forgotten. A mighty lava worm took residence in the tomb, making it much harder for any adventurer to recover Ignar's treasures. And this kind of reminds me of the other adventure that Grimoire Games had, which kind of had like a big dragon type thing. So setting up the adventure, you get a map to the location. The tomb is buried under the nearest volcano. And then you can maybe get some information if you show it to a historian. And it's going to tell you more about him. Many nobles might be interested in it. And it's located many days travel, of course, in a kind of an ash wasteland. So the tomb is infested with ember root, which is very cool. It's a fire-resistant ivy, and it grows rigid and as tough as steel. And I like it because it kind of locks some areas down for you, but it still fits the theme of the tomb. Its leaves are of a dark shade of gray and shed a faint light, like a slowly burning piece of paper. They are scorching hot. It's impossible to break by mundane means, but a Wyrmfire weapon can cut through ember roots without effort. So there are some random encounters. You might find some ember root mites, or of course you might find the volcano chasm. So this is a very small, maybe definitely a one-night adventure session that you would do. So another one of these great maps here showing you everything that you're going to find. You're going to go in, you're going to find some statues. There's going to be the ember roots all over the place. There's going to be a sarcophagus of actually four of them, but only three of them you get into because that ember root is just so tough. There might be some treasure and stuff like this. It gets this kind of agnostic system-wise. You'll find a treasury. There's a huge chasm, as you can see, that rends through the middle of this tomb. Very cool. And that's where that dreaded lava worm is going to possibly attack. There's a forge that is cool. And what I really like about this is it says the dragon statue in the forge is posing with its claws open, facing towards its gaping mouth. Looks like it could hold a weapon. If the PCs put a melee weapon between its claws, the statue heats up and breathes a powerful fire jet on it. The weapon becomes a magical Wyrmfire weapon. The statue can do this only once. Then it needs to recharge time of 1 year. I think that's just really cool visually to see a statue breathe fire on your weapon and change it into this type of magical weapon. You've got the nest, of course. One thing that's neat about the nest, it's located in number 6 right there on the map, is its body is so hot, it laid down on these stones and it made the stones black. It blackened the walls with its super hot body. I just think that's really cool. There's a library there with a lot of cool information and some books. And then you've got the Firelink, which is going to be the round. And of course, I like this above view map as well. That's both of these maps together, very helpful in this product. It says there's the stone sarcophagus, and of course that's going to be of him, of Ignar, his remains. He has enchanted half-plate armor, and he wields a Wyrmfire spear. He also has some jewelry, but one thing is neat is the bonfire has a faint magical aura. By placing a Wyrmfire weapon between its embers, the piece may summon an ashen familiar that will follow them faithfully. So very cool. There's some notes about how the the adventure kind of goes. Those are also very helpful. Here's some cool little art of the different monsters between an ashen wraith, the ashen familiar, the ember rot mite, lava worm, of course, and then about the Wyrmfire weapons. And so they're very neat. They glow with an intensity of a high temperature plasma. It can maintain this state only for a few seconds, and it can cut through even the most durable materials. An activated Wyrmfire weapon ignores damage reduction derived from armor and fire resistance, or immunity, so that's very impressive. Particularly effective against incorporeal beings, as it directly damages their connection to the material world. And of course, it can cut straight through the ember roots too, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the whole adventure. It's very cool. I like this a lot. The layout is very nice. Again, system agnostic. You can play it with whatever, but just really neat. And I like he also talks about how the lava worm will melt armor and like gold, like piles of gold on its body to try to like harden it up. give it some more durability there. Just really neat. It's a cool adventure. Check it out. Pay what you want. drivethrurpg, the Wyrmfire Mausoleum. Thanks for watching.